Peace and love, Sister Zinga here from Flowing and Growing with Sister Zinga. How's everyone? I pray that everyone is well. So thank you for those that I've got some new subscribers coming in already, and thank you those who are watching, sharing, and just listening. You know, it's free, so just good to listen and learn. I am just so grateful to be able to share information. I believe that each one teach one. So thank you so much. You know that our page here is for us to help to emancipate yourself from mental slavery, because none but ourselves can free our minds. It's really up to us. You know that song, "The Man in the Mirror," that's a serious song. Michael Jackson, made that song many years ago, and it's still prevalent, here today. So today, well, let me apologize. Today is Wednesday, and I been having some exciting things happen in my life, and so I was busy yesterday. So yeah, so today I'm bringing you my message, as I promise every Tuesday, which is my usual, to bring a message every week to everyone. So yeah, so today I want to talk about social media. I want to talk about social media because, again, guys, the thing is that we have to think. It ain't illegal yet. It ain't illegal yet. Thinking is a good thing for us to do. Unfortunately, we've been brought up in school systems where we're really pretty much not taught not to think. That there's nothing that we can do to analyze information. We were just told that this is what it is, and you have to remember that stuff, and then that's how you pass the test. I mean, there's so many other things that you could be venturing out and being creative and trying to analyze or innovate other things, based on, the information that you're given, but there's no room for that in their type of learning. So it's not really learning, it's really just a miseducation. Which, that's a whole other conversation, how they've miseducated our children, how they've lied to us in the schools and lies to us, everywhere. So anyway, so this is one of the things I want to bring to you, is talk about the media. How the media continues to lie to us. Okay, so the media is things like, the newspapers, the radio, music videos, TV, oh my gosh, the news. I think I said that twice, but yeah, I need to say the news twice because it's just horrific. And so these types of media, the marketing, advertising, these types of media, those things are very, very important to us because this is images. And so we look at these images and either, look at these images and, I don't like that, or I don't want to hear that, or sometimes, we think that we need to follow these images in order to follow trends, to kind of think that this kind of does something for us, personally, by, following their directions, following their instructions of the things they say you should do and what to do, where to wear, what to wear, what to buy, and stuff like that, because marketing is very powerful. Okay, so you're like, where to start with this nonsense? Because a lot of it is really nonsense because it's just so much full of lies. And so I'll start with just something basic when we're talking about TV. People have different ways of television, because it's tell lies for the vision, programming, because it is programming us, that type of thing where, they say that, turn the channel, to go to another way of doing it, so all these things that they have created for us, it's really, if you think, it is something that they're doing to brainwash us and to mess with our senses for a certain outcome. That's what they're doing. It really is programming. And so when you watch the TV, when it comes to us being on TV, sometimes we're not even there. And sometimes when it's so messed up when they do certain things on TV, we know for sure that there's a black person that's doing this role. They won't even give a black person the role. They'll put a white woman out there. I remember how they put some show about Cleopatra on there, and they had a white woman playing the role. Like, what the hell? Cleopatra surely was a woman of color. And I think a long time ago that when they had certain people, back in the day when they used to do that blackface stuff, instead of putting black people there to do the roles, they would put white people in blackface. So there's so many things, so many roles, that we are supposed to be playing, and they know that a black person's supposed to be there, but they'll either put a light-skinned person in that place, or I know I'm light-skinned, but I'm okay with it. That's this way God made me. I'm okay with that. But they'll put a light-skinned person on there, to make us think that still a light person is better than with black people. That ain't true. So but just follow my point. Or either they'll do the blackface, or they just won't put us in there at all. I know there's some controversy right now going on the fact that that they made this Disney use this little Disney I don't know the details about it, but the mermaid that came out, that she's black. And that's so wonderful. The children were so excited. I saw this little blurb that this lady's grandmother showed this thing to her children, and little girl was like, "Mama, she's black. She's black." And that's exciting to see a black person in that role. So they do these things with intentions. And so, so if they're not putting someone else to play our roles, or, most time when they do, they want to give us roles that are negative. And I'm so glad that there are some movie stars or actors or actresses that won't accept certain roles. But there's some of them that will accept those roles, and that's where the cookie crumbles. So, they always, have the black people dying first. Or they always have the black person, doing servitude type things. They always have the black person, getting hurt, or being a bank robber, or, all that kind of stuff. So when you watch TV, you really have to think. It ain't illegal yet. Think how you seeing it. What image are they portraying? How does that affect you? Because that's you. You see the black person in there. That's a reflection of you. Of you or our people, whether it's a man or a woman. But that is a reflection of us. And these images they put out there, they're so negative. And in these little images they put, like, these people, they go into foreign countries and they show that, some white person giving them some water or giving them some food or that kind of stuff. Every place has a place where there's poor people. Every place in the world. They got people who are doing well, or, basic people that survive, and you got people who's doing well, and you got the poor people. But they always got to show the poor people, because look, how they used to show that of Africa all the time. And when Africa is a beautiful place with more modern and more beautiful and creative technology, architecture than many places in the world. But the only thing they should show of us, if they did show Africa, was the poor children starving with flies on them and all that kind of bullshit. That's not the reflection. That's not the reality of what Africa is. And Africa is in a bad spot right now, because of the things that you guys have done with all the colonization. Have you gone there and pilfered, stuff out the land, have raped the people? So, I don't want to get off the subject, but that's still about media. And I'm telling you, so it's important how we look at it, how we receive it. And sometimes I just don't even watch it. I don't have a TV in my house. I do have a Wi-Fi. I watch, Netflix whenever I choose to do something like that, or I go on to find out, certain things going on in the country, on YouTube. YouTube is very informative to find stuff, good and bad. So you have to pick and choose. You have to think about the shit that you want to watch and how that stuff's going to be, reflect upon you. So the TV is really bad and stuff. You have to be mindful of how the subliminal messages that's in the TV. And even when they have the TV now, the cartoons that they have, the cartoons always has a girl and a boy, a male and a female person interacting, whether it's two cats, cows, or whatever. But there always got to be some love and them kissing and showing some kind of love and reflection. And those children are supposed to learn that, but they're supposed to learn that from seeing their mother and father perhaps show affections of love, or their family members. But it's not supposed to be just bred into them on the TV. And so it's not good. And sometimes you're not watching, you're not controlling what your child is watching. Your child could be learning, picking up some bad habits from the TV. And they do sometimes, because, if you watch, they let the children watch, certain movies. It's not really good. They got robbing and killing all the time in the movies, and we're watching that stuff constantly. When you watch a movie, then everything's going on is killing, and that's the energy that's flowing through you until you're seeing that. And so what they do, they show it so much that they're normalizing this stuff. They're normalizing it to be, this is just okay. That's why people can go around and kill people and they think it ain't nothing. And that's why the police can go and kill you, because it's just like it's nothing. To kill people, they come, they go, it's nothing. But that's not reality. Well, it is our reality, excuse me. But that's not the way. I don't think that's the way God intended for us to be able to be killing each other like this. And we're supposed to be love one another, because we're all the same, when you come deep down to it. So we're supposed to be love one another, embracing one another, and helping one another. So the TV is really not good for your children. It's really not good for adults either, because if you can't discern the stuff that comes across in that TV, then it's harmful to you. And then, of course, there's the energy that comes from it, based on the music that they use, in the background, stuff like that. So there's energy in all that. There's, I think it's 432, 457 megahertz. There's certain sounds that bring you good energy, but there's certain sounds that bring you bad energy. So you have to be mindful of what you're watching and what you're hearing. So TV is really not good. I just recommend people just getting rid of your TVs, because it's not good. It would help you to emancipate yourself from slavery, because you won't have so much stuff coming into your head, bogging you down. When you're trying to think about, things that's going on in your own life, but you're so much talking about, well, what happened on, what's that show with, I don't know what this show with everybody will talk about. I don't even know names of stuff, because I don't watch that stuff. But, sometimes people be trying to keep up. I know that one TV show, that dumbass show, Housewives in Atlanta. Everybody talking about Nene this, Nene that. Well, Nene, she here acting like a damn wild woman on there. That's not the way for a black woman to act. She's playing a role, and she's being paid to do that. But that's not how you're supposed to act. You know, those women that act on all those kind of TV shows. That's showing the ignorant part of us. And I'm saying that because we ain't all perfect. Some of us are ignorant. But that's a thing that you watch and it's showing negativity. You think you want to be like them because once you get some money, you want to act like these people. No, that's not the way it's supposed to be at all. So, like I said, the TV is just not really good for us. And then the newspaper. Oh, Lord, the newspaper. They're very selective about how they put stuff in there. And then on the front page, they put some of the worst stuff on the front page. They put the killers. Who did this? Who robbed somebody? What company's doing this here? But you do notice, I don't know if you notice, but a lot of times they will show you something that, the white people did or, the government did, something like that. They'll show it and they'll tell you about it. But they know that we're not going to follow up and see what happened, what the result is. Are these people get locked up? Or these people getting charges on them? But they'll let you know that when they do something wrong because, sometimes they can't avoid it. But in the news, only thing that's going on in the news is about this person got shot and this person did this. They just kind of could feed you all this negative stuff on TV, on the newspaper. And then let's get to these news TV shows. The news is on TV show. I can't watch that news because all they're doing is recording. There's a lot of good stuff happening in the world. All over the world. There's a lot of good stuff that's happening, but they don't report that. You can look at it and see that they constantly only report this person got killed, this person got robbed, and of course if somebody's black. And notice this, if it's a person of color, they're going to tell you that this person robbed, cheated, stole, whatever they did. But if it's a white person, they don't give you no details about the person. They don't put first of all, they don't put the picture up there, but they get good with putting our pictures up there front. Oh, this black boy robbed the bank. This guy, he killed this, he ran over this person. Yes. But when it's a white person, they won't put the picture there so you can automatically know that it's a white person. You have to discern it for yourself to kind of see. And then you can say, okay, well, if they didn't put it there, it must not be a black person or person of color, because they just always just splat out pictures all over the place, big on the front page and everything. But y'all, I'm just saying this shit is intentional. It is intentional when they do this kind of stuff because this is the image that they're trying to portray. This is the narrative that they have created and they want to keep it going. To continue with their narrative so, that we look at ourselves as not being as good as the next person. Which that we are because, once we give access or have opportunities to do anything, we excel in it. Ice skating. Black people used to ice skate. Black people used to do the group swimming thing. They didn't used to do the what was the thing that the Jamaican bobsled, team? They came on there and look what they did. I mean, so when we get access, we excel. Look at the sisters with the tennis. Look what Tyra did with the golf. These are not things that, when we was coming up, they said black people did. But the thing about probably with it was that they didn't allow us to do these kind of things. But now we have access to doing those things. We excel. And this is why they do all this stuff to us, because they know that we're better than them. I mean, we are the chosen ones. It's just that we are just as intelligent. I mean, I'm not saying, that I am saying that we're better than them. I think so. Because we have some morals. Some of them people ain't got no damn morals. They ain't got no integrity. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Okay, so let me stick to playing. But we if given opportunity, we excel at everything that we do. And I love what James Brown said: "Open up the door, I get it myself." So give us an opportunity to do shit, and let us be fair playing ground. Let us see if we can try, see if we can do it, and then we do our best. So anyway, so that's the news. The news is just full of so much negative energy. I just don't watch it. I just don't watch it. But it is good to go on YouTube or other places to find out what's going on in the world. Because, see, that's how they get over on us, because we're not in tuned to the things that's going on in the world. We don't know what's going on. And when they report this stuff, it's like sometimes we don't know where these places are even located, the names of them, or anything like that, because we're not used to being involved in that kind of stuff. But we do have to keep that up with some social networking as far as knowing what's going on in the world. Okay, so this TV, the newspaper, and what about like these stores that advertise things? They put the black children in some of the Gap and all those kind of these stores. They just start putting some of the black children in a role. And then let me go back for a second. Watch commercials. I watch this because I sometimes I watch the American Idol, Americans Got Talent, not Got Talent, but the girl that Tyra, she has a TV show, the models, something about the models, and so sometimes you see their commercials that the cosmetic people do. Watch these cosmetic commercials or just any kind of commercial when you have a black person in it. Throughout the commercial, they'll show that there are these people in it. You see black people, you may see her face, white girl's face, Chinese girl face, whatever. But watch how much airtime that the sister gets or the brother gets. You'll see that they'll put their face of the white girl, the white person in there. They may get 4 or 5 little, blink, blinks. But the black girl gonna get like one, or the girl get just one, or maybe two. But you'll see, for real, if you pay attention to this stuff, they don't give us as much airtime. They do include us in the commercial, in the thing that they're doing, but we're not getting, the frontage facing showing of everyone else who's there. I'm trying to keep my hair out the way. So you have to pay attention to these things. We have to think, and all these things are intentional. So the newspaper, the TVs, the advertising, there was some advertising, what's the name? The white boy who makes them tan color boots. I don't even want to give him no name. I don't want to give him no airtime on my video. But I'm talking about them brown tan color shoes that, all the brothers wear, sisters wear them too. But that man ain't came on TV and said he don't even want to advertise with us because he really don't want us buying his damn product. But what do? We continue to buy that shit. I'm like, no, I would never ever buy that for myself or for any of my children or my grandchildren. I'm not buying it for them because I'm not giving that man no money because he say he don't even want us. He don't even want our money, But he's surviving because of our money, And sometimes they don't advertise in our communities because they know that we are the biggest consumers and we're already going to buy the shit whether they advertise in our community or not. But they don't even use us in some of their advertising. So we have to think about that kind of stuff. Think about, I did a video about, how you spend your money. You have to think about that. Don't give these people your money. And don't want the product so bad that you so you think it's make you cool because you're wearing that shit. No, you have to have, that's what I'm saying. When you start to emancipate yourself from mental slavery, you have to make choices and your values have to change. So it's not so important that you're looking good and you're wearing the same kind of boots everybody else is wearing. No, change your values. That don't make you. And surely it ain't gonna break you. So I'm just saying, y'all, the media is playing such a strong role in keeping us down. And then I want to talk about these videos. You guys know in the music industry that we're not controlling that. We are the ones who is giving it up. Because we got the skills, we got the talent, but we're not the ones controlling it. So that if these artists, any of them, some the things that Prince was doing, and I think Snoop Dogg bought his own what's the name? But some of these artists, they were if the artist is making $100,000, the people who's managing them is making $500,000. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So there's the money that's being made is really not being made by the artists. These people are controlling this thing. That's why you have several artists with give things that they're thinking for themselves, and they're saying, no, I want to own my own, I guess the recordings, the films, or my videos. I want to own it. I want to create it myself. I want to do it myself because you see that's where the money comes in. That's where the big money comes in. And we thinking, but we getting something. But like I said, if they making $100,000, those other people who's producing it and advertising it, they making $500,000. So that you still ain't getting nothing. And then they use these people. But watch this movie called Hollywood. Look it up, find out. I don't know where it's playing at. I saw it on. I don't want to get these people no advertising. I saw it on one of these media things, these platforms. It's a movie called Hollywood. You know how you hear it on the news, on videos. Some of the people talking about how they have to do certain things in order to be successful in these Hollywood productions. That you got to do some stuff that's really what's the word I want to use? Demeaning to yourself. How they like get our brothers and get them to wear skirts or get them to wear play the role of a woman. That's demeaning to a black man. And they've already demeaned our black men in so many other ways, but that's really demeaning. But in order to continue to be in the in crowd, you have to do stuff, and sometimes people they don't talk about it, but some of these movie stars, these actors, they make sacrifices with themselves and their family members in order to be able to continue to get roles and to be involved with that nonsense. But see, what they need to do is take that money, and that they made enough money, take your money, then invest in it on your own. You don't need that no more. Then you can pick and choose what you want to do. But you had the money that you're making, you're doing something wise with your money. Then you ain't gotta sit there and say, well, I need to get me another something from them. But what do? We buy cars. We buy dumb stuff, buy stuff to cover your teeth. Diamonds in your teeth. We buy bling bling jewelry and stuff. We buy. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You have to think about everything that we're doing. We have to think about the future of our children. We have to think about the future of our children, these things that we do. So there is going to be a future, and it may not include you, but what about your children, your offsprings, and your grands? So we have to start doing things and thinking about the things that we're laying, the foundation that we're laying are going to be good. We may not see some of these things, manifest in our lifetime, but depends on when you start doing it. But we gotta think about our children and our children's children. So the Hollywood thing is really something. There's some wicked stuff going on there. Oh, but wait, I'm saying about the movie Hollywood. That movie back in the day, you hear about a lot of homosexual stuff that happened, and I'm not saying that people can just be homosexual, do what you want to do, but it shouldn't be a stipulation that if I want to be in this movie or I want you to give me a contract that I got to do something, against my, I get do something against my will just to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of that going on, and in the back in the day, you see a lot of actors. They didn't talk about it back then, but a lot of those actors back in the day, the men actors, that's what they was doing. And I mean, to each his own. I'm just saying. I'm just making some statements that I know that it's not like you get a talent and then you go there and they use your talent to do such and such. No, you got to go do some other kind of shit in order to be able to continue to roll with those people. And which is sickening. It's sickening. But they control it, and we're allowed to control it because we just thinking that we just were so happy to get that 100,000 and don't even think about the fact that they may be making 500,000. So I'm just saying the media is really not good, and we have to be wise about what we use, especially the ones that we share with our children. Like music videos, check it out. Most music videos, okay. What you can do is let me just share the positive part of it. You can look and do a search on YouTube for music videos with 4.5 megahertz, 457 megahertz, and my numbers may be a little off, but I don't have that in my head right now. But there are some popular videos that are made with that type of vibration. But the thing is, there's so many of them that has negative vibration, and I know that we as Africans, that we our bodies are voluptuous. And that, we do the little, we in our African dance and our native dancing that we would shake ourselves and all that kind of stuff. But this stuff they're doing nowadays with these videos, with these girls just bang, 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 and then bending over and all that kind of stuff, that's just so rude and so disrespectful to females, to yourself first of all, and to other females. That's not the way it's really supposed to be. So when you got children watch it, then they think that that's how they're supposed to act. And then you go someplace sometime and then the music come on, you see our little children bending over doing that kind of stuff. I'm talking about little 5-year-old, little young girls doing that. No, that's not what you want to expose your children to. You have to be mindful of what you let your children watch on TV. And these music videos, they're just disgusting. And even the words, you're calling the girls bees and then tell, yeah, girl, well, what's the thing? See, I don't even want to even promote their songs. I don't even want to say them. But you guys know what I'm talking about. There's lots of videos that you've seen that's just disgusting. The girls on there doing some things that's just, disgusting. And so we have to really be mindful. And even though these things is popular, whatever, but you have to think about your child and how that child's going to come up and the things that they are exposed to. So I just wanted to talk about the media and just ask you to please be mindful and pay attention to when you do see stuff that we're in, how it's used and what parts or what roles that we are playing, and this, try to turn the TV off. Fast from it. Fast from, fasting is not just about you fasting from food. Fast from the from certain things, for eating certain foods, that's good, but fast from social media. Just say, I'm not going to do Facebook for one day. Could you do that? Because that stuff is hypnotizing. It will. I mean, I've seen it. I've experienced it myself. I get on there to do one thing, and I'm on there doing this and doing that, and moving all the way around, all this stuff, and I never even got to the second. 15 minutes have passed, and I haven't even got to the thing because it is hypnotizing. I don't know how to do it, but that stuff is just it will get you. So I'm just saying, be mindful of the media. Be mindful of what you watch. Turn that stuff off sometimes. You don't need so many channels on when it comes to what you call TV. You don't need all those channels because you can only watch one channel at a time. So think about saving your money, doing something else productive with your money. Get some life insurance for yourself and for your children. Make a plan that some savings. So by the time your child get to college, you're not scrambling if you choose to send them to college. I don't think college is for everybody, and plus college is such a ripoff nowadays. That you save, if you want your child to do that, then that way you don't have to go through so much when the time comes. Just save a little bit of money. By the time the child gets 18 years old, you can see how much money you have accumulated, and you can pay for them to go to college. I mean, so think, it ain't illegal yet. Think about what you're doing with yourself, with your money, what you're watching, definitely what you're eating, and just be mindful. Just be mindful. Mind yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look after what you're doing. These people do not have good intentions for us. So anything that they're doing, they're creating, and they're showing us, it's not with good intentions. It's not with good intentions. And just believe me, see it for yourself. You're whatever age you are. Think about these things that I'm saying, and you'll see that. Oh wow, that is that. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a messenger, trying to share information that would be helpful to help us think and help us emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. Because we got to get out of this shit that we in, y'all. It's getting too much. Well, it's been too much. But I love you, and please love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else, and we need to be able to love one another. You know what I'm saying? But first, we do have to love ourselves, and we have been not taught to love ourselves. So love yourself, okay? And I'm gonna go for now, because I don't like these things to be too long, because then you don't want to watch them. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for just being there, being an ear to listen. But again, I took the word think and made an acronym, THINK. Taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. So please take the knowledge that you get from me or anyone else, that's something that resonates with you, and use it. You cannot continue to do the same thing. Travel sometimes, see other people, see how other people live, and even in the other parts of the country, let alone in another country. So I'm signing off for right now. Love you, and continue to think, because it ain't illegal yet. But please take hold of and implement new knowledge. Take hold of and implement new knowledge, so we can emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. We can do it. Our ancestors will be so proud of us. Our people have gone through so much and have endured so much that with the things that we've gone through, we haven't even experienced that. And we just we just tolerate what we call little dumb stuff, but it has made such a big impact, because the chattel slavery is not as bad as mental slavery. And right now we are in mental slavery. So peace and love. I love you.